Back to the Daily Edition. Well, he's the original heartthrob from Home and Away. Les Hill took up residence on the shores of Summer Bay when he was just 16 years old, playing bad boy Blake Dean.
Mr. Stewart, Karen and I want to stay here for good with you and Elsa.
Les's character was embroiled in some of the show's most chaotic plot twists. Since then, the actor's gone on to star in Aussie dramas like the Steven Spielberg-produced miniseries The Pacific. Oh, quick grab. Sorry about that. Les joins us live at the desk. G'day, mate. How are you?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Great.
Let's go back to the start. You were 16 when you left school and got your first job on Home and Away. It was a pretty good start.
It was a cracking start, yeah. And out of the blue, I think at the time I got offered Family and Friends was the show back then. Neighbours and Home and Away, and I took Home and Away because I knew Rebecca Emiloglu. It was like, I'll go with the person I know.
You were offered all of those at such a young age.
Had a little bit of a run on then. It doesn't happen too often these days. I wish it would, but yeah, no, it was a bit of a good run.
You're often cast as this bad boy, and you know your character in Home and Away was a bit of a bad boy. Plus, had this incredibly complex plot lines. Why do you think that you keep getting cast as a bad guy, or you have several times?
My mum keeps asking me exactly the same question.
Because you're not a bad guy. I know you in real life.
Thank you
You're
very
a
much.
great guy.
Yeah, this is it. I don't know. Maybe it's just I mean, we all have it in us, this latent sort of a, you know, evil. So I think maybe that's picking up on that. I'm not sure, but I think once you start doing one or two, then that's it. You know, oh, that's that guy. He does that. So.
What does it take as an actor to convince an audience that you are that type of character, that you are mean and you are going to cause problems?
I think initially it takes a good script. You know, without that, you've got nowhere to go. So once you've got that foundation and you can justify the character's actions, then, you know, I think you've just got to tap into, like I said, everyone's got it in them. You know, you've all got this little bit of nastiness in you somewhere, whether you like to admit it or whether it comes out in road rage or whatever, but, you know, it's there. So you've just got to work out how to tap into that, which I think is the part of the craft of acting.
I've often heard that if you play out bad things in your dream, they're not going to happen in real life. The fact that you play a bad boy often in various shows, does that mean that you live a straighty 180 life
absolutely,
at all other
yes.
times?
Yes,
You're only
absolutely.
ever good?
Yes, perfect. Yes, thank you very much. Do you hear that, Mum?
How would you describe your personality, or how do you think that your friends would describe your personality?
Oh, look, I've got a pretty stubborn streak. You know, I think I'm what they call a type A personality. I don't like to sort of fail, which I think's, you know, not realistic in life. But I think, you know, I'm pretty empathetic. I do feel other people's feelings. But if you push me too far, then yeah, you know, I've got a bit of a streak in me. And we've seen it on the ground. The Red Kite charity matches. I took out Merrick Watts.
Yes.
You're talking about the Swans here, the Swans. AFL, because both of you are ambassadors,
we
right?
Are. Yes, we are.
That's right. That was good. It was a good hit on Merrick. I think he's still shaking from it too.
Well, he didn't come back. That was his last.
No, that's right. One thing a lot of people may not know about you, Les, also, is that you are quite an efficient jiu-jitsu, martial arts.
Yeah, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So it's a grappling sort of a sport. It's the ground game in MMA, essentially. So the guys who do sort of cage fighting and whatnot, they have a stand-up fight, which is generally kickboxing or boxing, and then they need a ground game, which is generally Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Greco-Roman wrestling. So Jiu-Jitsu is what keeps me fit and very humble, because there's a lot of boys out there and girls who you think, yeah, I've got you, and the next thing you know, you're tapping out. So.
Yeah.
Not to underestimate people.
Is this something that takes a lot of your spare time? Did you say that you're a blue belt?
Yes, just a blue belt. I probably should be further along. I've been sort of sporadic in the last little while, but yeah, you can train. It's a good martial art because you can train every day. You know, you don't get bruised, you don't get hit. There's no striking, so you can go back every day.
But he worked on The Pacific, the Steven Spielberg mini-series. What was that like?
Intimidating, but also I felt quite at home. It was. It's a big set, you know, and everyone was right on their game and everyone knew exactly what they were doing. And to walk into that environment was very intimidating. But the moment you sort of find your groove, you're like, yeah, this is how it should be. You know, plenty of time, plenty of professional people around you. It was a good environment.
So you might have got the bug for it because you've just come back you were in the US for their pilot season.
Yes.
What's that like? And what actually happens?
Well, this year almost nothing.
Right.
But you just can't tell. You've got to get over there. I think this year was very female skewed, the lead. So, you know, as much as I believe that I can get away with acting, I can't quite pass myself up as a 28-year-old girl yet. So this year was pretty quiet, but you go back. I mean, I've got an O1 visa, so I can come and go as I please.
But does it have to be a lead?
No, it doesn't. But that's what your agent is generally putting you up for. So if you're not getting those, and they just sort of leave you be.
What is that audition process like? You're all in a room, you're all going for this one part. Is it nice chitter-chatter before you go in, or is it...
No, it's not. There's a tension in the room, everyone knows. And as soon as they find out you're Australian in America, they're like, oh, great.
Oh, really?
Another Australian.
Really?
Excellent. Come over, take our work.
Ah, that's the feeling?
It is the feeling. And we're taking over. There's a little mafia over there of Australians.
And why do you think that is?
I think because essentially we're cheaper. But we've got a very good work ethic. We work pretty hard in this country, and shows like Home and Away teach you to work hard. You're doing sort of 5 episodes a week, and it's hard and fast.
Well, it's even exhausting just thinking back to your the plot lines for your character on Home and Away. Your mother died of cancer. First girlfriend left him for your best friend. Sister went to jail. Second girlfriend left you, and your third girlfriend died from leukemia.
Yeah, who'd live in Summer Bay, right?
Wow,
Good script.
it's really
Yeah.
unlucky there.
Plenty to work with.
Tough 2.5 years. Yeah.
And what about your new project? Tell us about that.
So a film we shot last year called Crushed, which Megan Riakos' debut film. It's set in a winery. Ellia sort of goes off and comes back, and her father's died, and she sort of works out that her mother's been charged with a murder and tries to work it out. So it's a mystery thriller.
Great.
And it's now gone to Montreal Film Festival, Napa Film Festival, and Melbourne Underground Film Festival. So it's
All the
going
best.
great guns.
It's a pretty
stuff.
perfect setting. Winery, isn't it? Where everyone would like to go to the office.
Yes, tough dude.
Yeah.
Very quickly, mate, the local derby in Sydney tomorrow, Swans v GWS. Who's your pick?
Swans all day long. I think they're cranky, and I'm sure Goodsy's going to come out flying hard.
Excellent.
Yeah, go Goodsy.
Good on you, Les.
Take it easy,
Good to
thanks.
speak to you, mate. Coming up for you, we're